Wario Land, Shake It. This is Area 4 Part 2, and we're going to be doing some of the... Let me just adjust my chair there. We're going to be doing the harder levels of this area right before the boss. So this is Airy Tail Castle, which has a kind of a cool song to it, I think. It kind of reminded me of some of the levels in Mario Galaxy, and it really makes me want to play Mario Galaxy again, but I've played that game so many dang times, and it's like... Man, I could sit down and just waste like 2 days 100%ing those games again, but I don't know, man. I've played them so dang often. I think I should probably go back and play Mario Sunshine again. It's been a while since I've played that game, but I know the second that I play it, they're going to announce an HD remake. But then again, they haven't actually remade any Mario games that I am aware of anyway. So maybe they won't actually remake Sunshine. They're fine as Zelda. I think I've talked about this before, but whatever. Okay, so this level is... kind of a tough one. They have a lot of challenges. There's the time one, there's the one where you take no damage, which I immediately messed up. Collect probably 50,000 gold again, and then one where you don't break your rocket thing, which I would have done because you don't actually use the rocket thing for very long, but the game bamboozled me, okay? It was the game's fault. And then, of course, we have to defeat the golden enemy. I don't die in this level, but I do die in the next one. And the next level was way harder, and it's just kind of like, finally the game is getting a little bit of challenge, although the next level was hard for kind of the wrong reasons. And this was a part I probably should have cut out, but I messed up a few times here. So we need to ground pound to get that... arrow or that button switched over, and I activated it, but then when I jumped off I hit it again, so it was like, dang it. And I thought for a second, did my ground pound switch the button press? But no, it just was me jumping on it, hitting it again. So I decided that time we're not going to jump, and then we're going to come down here. If you want to save yourself a bit of time at the end of the level, if you mess up like I did, you'll want to hit that button again so the conveyor belt can go over toward the left side. You'll see once we get to the end. Otherwise, you notice the blocks there and the doors. We'll be able to bypass the blocks if you do the end of the level correctly, which, as usual, I will not be doing. So this is the thing you don't want to break, and I was trying to get in it, because right there I just broke it by ground pounding on it, or butt stomping, whatever. And I was trying to get in it, okay, but I jumped and I hadn't actually landed on it yet, so I pounded the ground and it destroyed it. And that was like, alright, well, that's unfortunate. But this is a very, very strange vehicle. This is the only room in this area that we actually get to use this thing. And you use the Wiimote, again, to control the direction of the rockets, and then 1 or 2 boosts the rockets. So it's a very strange device, but it's kind of fun, I guess. And I was trying to get some of those coins that fell down from the gold bag. I really didn't get enough of those, as much of those as I wanted to. If you want to get all of those coins, you really just have to take it down below you and shake it down here. And we can follow those, coins to get on over toward the exit of this screen, or we can also push the button and come on down to the bottom. And this will be a chest down there. Now be sure that you take this rocket thing with you, because you won't be able to get up there from down here again. If you don't, you'll have to go all the way back to the left and spawn a new one. And then we can jump up here and leave the screen. So this level is definitely a little bit harder than what we've been doing, but it's not nearly as hard as the next one. And the hard one, I guess, like I said 30 times now, isn't even that hard. It's just... Okay, but anyway, there's going to be a couple of fork guys, and man, I hate the fork guys. You jump on them, and then the fork goes up, and then you're, standing there, or you're in the air, and then you fall down, and you hit them, and it's just, even if I hadn't taken damage from the weird drill guy at the beginning of the level, I probably would have from this guy, or from the fork guy right there. So it's just, kind of a mess of knowing the level, and making sure that you know where the enemies are and avoid them when they show up. So this is another collectible that is just kind of harder to get. This is a lot of platforming, and I probably should have cut this part out too, but I don't know if it's possible. I don't think it's possible to jump into that little gap there where the spikes were. There's a lot of platforms moving, and I think there's 4 of them that you need to jump on. And if you can actually not be like me and stay on top of the dumb pillar here, which I kept sliding off for some reason, it's like, there we go, let's get on that platform and then come up here. You should be able to jump onto these platforms pretty quickly. Like, you have to go pretty fast up there to get to the top, and that was just something I didn't really want to do. I was like, okay, I can kind of see how to do it. I'm not really going to waste more time. I keep falling on the dang spikes, and we're just gonna head on over here and get to the end of the level. Let's just get this game over with so I can move on to a better one, right? I still am having a hard time finding a decent one to record. I'm thinking maybe Breath of the Wild Master Quest. I think that would be a fun one. Okay, now this one, or this area, little, whatever these are, elevators. The enemy, like, when you run into an enemy with Wario, if he doesn't have a spike, his stomach stops him from taking damage, which is cool, but you're on this little platform, and the controls just keep messing up with me. I don't know if my Wii controller is just old or what, but I swear I'm pushing the button presses, and nothing's happening sometimes. And we're gonna see that with a boss at the end of this area. There's a boss where I swear just my button presses weren't doing anything, so I don't know, maybe I need to try a new Wii controller or something, but whatever it is, just trying to get up those elevators was not very fun. And then we get to get into this room, which has this bird, which is going to knock us down, and I don't really think there's anything I can do over here to the left either. I think I was wasting way too much time doing this. Probably should have cut out a lot more in this level than I did, and again, the bird's going to come down and not knock me off, and I thought maybe I could kill it, but nope, I was not able to do that, and I think I'm going to try again, and what you're supposed to do is pick up the enemy and then throw the enemy at the bird, so that way it doesn't attack you. And then there we go. Finally, I make it to this platform, and there's going to be a guy shooting rockets at you, and then we can grab the golden bag, fall on down here with the bird, maybe knock him out for a couple of seconds, then shake the bag, get all the gold, and work our way up to the right. I think, yeah, I do get this chest. So this is actually a creative one. We need to break this block, and then we need to come up here, and there's going to be another bigger block we need to activate right here. And then we need to click the button to move the right conveyor belt to the left. And we want to make sure that we break that block down there first, otherwise we're not going to be able to get the chest. You'll have to leave the screen and come back. And that'll be some kind of high heels, I guess, for Cinderella. And then we can move into the right screen, which will be nearing the end of the level here. We heard the fairy. I don't know if you heard it because I'm talking over it, but when you walk into the screen, you can hear that fairy, and it's up to our left. And then we can try to... These enemies that are just sitting right on the middle, man. If I would just jump on them, it'd probably be a lot easier, but I'm trying to get through quicker, and it just ends up wasting my time. So anyway, we can... knock the pillar upward, get the checkpoint, and then shake the fairy. And then the speed block, I think, is to our right. I think there's one over to the right here. May not be if I'm remembering incorrectly. Looks like I am remembering incorrectly, so that's the golden enemy. I think we need the speed block to get up there, though, if you want to, or some other way I'm unaware of. But anyway, we're just going to fall down here. There's the speed block, and then we can work our way to the left, and I get a little bit closer to doing this correctly than I did the last level, but it's still not great, and it's just because there's a couple of lips, like they just throw those stupid lips in and those little tiny jumps, and that right there, you know, I don't know how I was supposed to turn around fast enough for that, so I was like, well, okay, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I get it, there's another speed block up here, so we're gonna get that. It was nice enough to give us another one. We can run right through those armored guys, and see another diamond down there that we could probably get, but we're not gonna. And then we can try to work our way even more to the left, not notice that other jump, even though if we were smart, we would have remembered that, and just keep going further here. And again, if we had our speed, we would have been able to easily make it to that, through that block, but we'll just keep going the way we came, going through the doors that we had to go through when we walked in here, and then we can work our way even more left and finally make it out of the level. So the upcoming level is going to be a heck of a one to go through. I mean, this video is probably a lot longer than it could be. There's a lot more I could have cut out from it, but I did in fact die in the next level. I cut that out, of course, but I just lost so much dang health trying to do a couple of the side things, and it just was... it's just a crazy level. This one was kind of crazy too. I mean, 55,000 gold to beat without taking damage. I needed 49 seconds, extra seconds to get the time limit, defeat the golden enemy, and the rocket one I could have got if I hadn't ground pounded on it, but whatever, not a big deal. Okay, this is Jiggle Jungle, or sorry, this is Soggy Bog River. and it sure feels like a bog, and man is it not fun. Finally is actually accurate that it is a little bit tough. Now, truthfully, this level isn't really that bad. If you play this game enough, and especially if you do this level once or twice, it's pretty easy, I'm sure. But just my first time playing it in like a decade, you know, it throws you through a loop. It's weird because I remember some of the stuff in this game from when I first played it. I really don't remember tons of it. I don't remember any of this end stuff, and I remember the final boss being a little bit hard, but I don't remember anything about Area 5, and I guess I'll be finding that out when I get there. So I think a challenge here, yes, is not to touch the water. I absolutely do not get that. And then there's a pipe up here we can grab with a diamond and 2 birds, and I wasted some time here that I should have cut out, but I was really just wondering, like, I don't have a clue how you're supposed to get that. I probably should have looked it up or something, I don't know, but I wondered if you could somehow, like, ricochet the bird down here to get through there, and I thought, could I crouch and then throw him? But no, the answer to that is you cannot, so I was like, well, do I want to try it again? And then I saw there's a second bird up here, which I wondered if he just spawned because I was too far away. I'm not really sure. But I thought, you know what? Never mind. Not worth it. I've already lost a heart, and that's actually going to end up mattering. And we're going to jump on over here to the left and get a much easier golden bag, which gives us 6,000 gold if we manage to collect all of the coins. And I think I did, in fact, yep, get all of them there. And then we can move our way over to the right side again and get to the other side of the screen. So something I should have been doing but wasn't because I just got overconfident was shaking these guys and getting some turnips out of them, or not turnips, garlic out of them. So I should have been doing that and I wasn't, and that would have helped me survive a little bit later, but like I said, doesn't really matter because I did cut out the death, and we're gonna get sucked into the stupid plant. So this plant is gonna close pretty much right away, and you just want to start shaking your Wiimote immediately if that does happen to you. And then I thought about shaking that guy, and then I got hit by the bird and then dashed and then, yeah, died, or I mean killed the enemy, so whatever. And then we're going to be doing some very annoying plant jumping here. There's also piranhas that are around, and if you jump over them, they're going to be jumping up into the air, and they can hurt you there too. And this river also moves over to the left, but not really enough to jump over the piranha, so it's just not a very nice place. And this honestly is the place where I lost most of my health. And right there, you know, I jumped into the flower, and you would think, oh, I should jump, right? But I didn't jump, did I? No. Why didn't I jump? I don't know. My controller didn't let me. I swear the buttons on my controller just were not reacting to me in this level. Anyway, so we can grab onto this rope and try to get up here to the left side if I can make it. And if we can jump up there, there we go. And there's going to be a speed block with this fork guy, and this is also why I hate the fork guys. He can stop your speeding in your tracks, so kill the guy first. There's a golden bag up there. I don't remember if I get that one, but we need to move this rope over to the left so we can jump up onto the chest and get what I think is the only collectible that I collect inside of this level. And unfortunately, we have to do that flower stuff all over again because the rope had the indecency to leave us. So we're going to try to make it here, and something happened that confused the heck out of me. So I think it wasn't that part, but I think it was the next part. Maybe? I don't remember now. Anyway, so I think I go up again to the left to try to get that golden bag. I think we can get it just by jumping up here. Yes, we can. I just have to climb a little bit more onto the rope, and there's the golden bag, so we'll grab as many coins as we can just so we don't have to replay as many levels as possible to get the final area unlocked. And then I messed up because I was like, well, I tried to jump there. It didn't let me jump, though, so that was great. And this is where I got a little bit confused. I get onto this rope, and I'm expecting to, like, not go very far, but for some reason I went flying over to the right. So in this screen alone, I am now down to 3 hearts of health. Less than that now, because again, my controller didn't let me jump for some reason. I don't know, maybe my battery's dying? I don't have a clue, but whatever it was, I do finally get through it, finally jump, finally swing, and there we go, we're done with that screen. And now we are going to be here with more of these vines, so we just have to climb over them. We can jump up to grab the golden coins, and try to keep moving when you see the piranhas, because they will jump into the air, as you see there. And then we can move over even more. Okay, so I think I shake these guys to try to get some garlic. I think only one of them drops garlic though, and that little garlic is just 1 health. So it does help, but it's not a big help, and that guy was just useless. So I'm like, well, die then. And I think I throw him at this guy, but his grenade thing, whatever, mine blew him up. So that didn't go as I planned. And then we can come up here to this rope, jump onto this one to swing on down, and try to collect as many of these coins as we can. Jump over here, and land on the plant, and get sucked in again. And then there's a couple of coins here we can grab if we're pretty careful. And again, those other colored ones will suck you up a little bit slower than the other ones will. So then we can get the speed block here. And I'm not really certain how you're supposed to grab that diamond. I think you're supposed to turn around and with a little bit more momentum jump onto these flowers, because if you are running across them, they won't suck you up, obviously. But that diamond is not impossible to get. You just have to turn a little bit better than I was, and it was not really something I wanted to do just because I am so low on hearts here. And I thought about grabbing those enemies, but I couldn't really jump on them without risking jumping into the plant. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna grab the speed block and jump into here. Avoid the drill guy because he will stop your speeding. Then grab that diamond and come up here onto the vines. So I think we're in the last area now, and this place is also kind of annoying. There's going to be these logs that break when they hit the wall there, and they will also age your progress in getting over to the rope swing, and we're just going to want to rope swing our way up to the left side here. There's going to be a sleeping enemy who doesn't really do anything of importance as far as I could tell. Maybe you pick him up and use him for something, I'm not too sure. But I just kind of destroy him. He's not a challenge or anything, so don't really know what he's for. And then we can swing way up there as long as we actually keep our momentum and swing over once more. And then there's going to be a checkpoint on this platform, and then also a lot of blocks, and then a lot of guys that just are probably here to stop your progress toward that take no damage challenge. Now, for these guys, I thought they were invincible, but they're actually not, and I probably should have known this, but if you pick them up by ground pounding and then they get stunned, then you pick them up. If you shake them, then a regular normal red enemy pops out of them because you shake all their armor off. So do that if you don't want that guy to take out as much of your health as mine did. And I very quickly ruined the speeding because for some reason you just, straight grab onto the rope swing when you're running quickly, so that was kind of dumb. Doesn't really matter though, we can get here and jump into this speed block and make a little bit more progress. I still don't do really well here because it's just not, I don't know, it's just a hard level. And then we can, actually maybe I did die in this part, so maybe I did this part perfectly. Maybe I got kind of close, I don't know. We can run across the water, try to avoid those dumb piranha plants, keep moving all the way to the left. I think I get really close to the end then. It looks like I may actually make it to the end. What do you know? That was kind of cool. But I messed up that first one, so I don't get the time bonus. I think I had to be at 1:45, maybe even. Yeah, 1:45. So if I hadn't messed up the speeding at the beginning, might have actually made that finish the clock, challenge. But anyway, that'll be it for this level. The next one will be the boss of Area 4.